Emotions and Kinesics by Mohammed Nawaz. Nonverbal communication is very important and is present in our everyday lives. It's a product of nature and nurture. Nonverbal communication conveys different messages. While an individual may be saying something with their words, a different meaning could be the end result due to the body language. Nonverbal communication is present with speech, and there are varying types. Emotion and kinesics are of utmost importance in nonverbal communication, and when mastered lead to better communication. Emotions are feelings emulated through movement of the body. Emotions are most noticeable with expressions, which is the movement of the face. In addition, emotions are psychophysiological feelings that an individual undergoes. The other side of body language is kinesics. Kinesics is the study of body movement, and it varies from each emotion. Emotions are expressions. They are the feelings that are shown by an individual. They are utilized in communication and are very efficient in relating one individual's state of mind to another's. Emotions are divided into primary emotions and secondary emotions. Primary emotions include surprise, sadness, disgust, and anger, while secondary emotions include awe, disappointment, remorse, and contempt. Primary emotions are emotions that are felt instinctively. They appear and disappear with rapid speed. Here you can see three primary emotions. The one in the top right is happiness, while the one at the bottom shows anger. The last picture shows surprise. All of these emotions are contorted mainly through facial movements. Here, there are more primary emotions shown. The top left shows disgust, while the bottom shows an individual's fear. The last picture shows sadness. Again, these emotions are what is felt primarily, and then they are transformed into secondary emotions. Secondary emotions are more complex than primary emotions. These emotions are felt after the primary and are feelings that are more complicated. Here you can see aggressiveness on the top left and remorse on the bottom, while you see love in the last picture. An example is the primary emotion of anger changing into the secondary emotion of aggressiveness. Kinesics is the study of body movement. While emotions are utilized, kinesics derives meaning from the subtle movements of the body. There are 5 different types of kinesics. These include emblems, illustrators, effect displays, regulators, and adapters. Emblems are movements that are substituted for words. These movements are utilized as common communicators. They can include the peace sign to much more obscene symbols to express feelings. However, these emblems need to be used carefully as a certain sign may have a different meaning in a different culture. Begins the conversation. A movement of the forefinger is substituted for the words "come here." Next are illustrators. Illustrators are used to accompany words and enhance meaning. They can include a pat on the stomach when you are hungry or a shake of our fists in anger. These tend to be more universal than emblems, however, can still cause miscommunications. Illustrators reinforce our verbal communication to clearly deliver messages. Two brothers continue their conversation and come upon a disagreement. The younger brother utilizes an illustrator by shaking his head no. Next, affect displays are a type of kinesics. This is where movements of the face show emotion. Affect displays are the most common type of kinesics. The video shows the younger brother utilizing affect display by holding his face and using facial expressions to show sadness. Regulators are a type of kinesics where the individuals use them to pace their conversations. Regulators can include movements where turn-taking takes place in a conversation. In addition, regulators can be yawning or looking at the floor to show disinterest in a conversation, thus discontinuing it. The last type of kinesics is an adapter. It is a movement or a tic where an individual uses to ease the conversation. Adapters can be used in uncomfortable conversations or where tension needs to be relieved. These movements can include rubbing your nose or nervous movements with the hand. In this video, the brothers make up. However, the younger one makes nervous movements with his hands, showing an adapter in the conversation. This is most likely due to the slap that occurred previously, and the last The older brother yawns, showing no interest in the conversation, and walks away. Thus their actions spoke louder than words. In healthcare, kinesics are important in the doctor-patient relationship. When doctors give news to patients, it is important that they utilize the right body language to ease the patient's pain. In addition, patients tend to lie sometimes, and their lies can be caught through kinesics. Thus, kinesics goes hand in hand with healthcare.